Hey everyone, welcome back to the last part of a three-part series. This was the BTD6 tier list videos. Today we are going to be ranking every tower in BTD6, also known as every monkey, even though not every one of these is a monkey. But we are going to jump right into it. We've got every tower as far as update 53, which released. It didn't release anything, but we have Desperado and Mermonkey in here. So all the gang is here, and we are going to start with the Dart Monkey. This guy's just an OG. His tier 5s really aren't that good, if I'm being honest. I mean, the Crossbow Master's terrible. The Ultra Jug is decent, but it's kind of situational. And the middle path requires micro, so I think I'm just going to plop him in B. He's really he's fine. He's not amazing though. Next up is the Boomerang. And I think quite highly of the Boomerang. I think all three of its tier 5s are useful. I'd say bottom path probably not so much in chimps, but top path is really, really good. And middle path is pretty good as well. So I think I'll put it in the A tier. It's also really good. No, I'm putting it in the S tier. What am I kidding? You have the Moab Press for late game. You have the Morglaves for early game. Like, it's just a total all-around monkey. Every single upgrade path is useful, so it's got to go in S tier as of update 58, 53. Next up is the Bomb Shooter. I I like it, but I don't love it. I think I'm gonna put it in C tier. I really like the recursive cluster and the bomb blitz. That's what's keeping it out of D tier. Mid path is decent. There's just a lot of good Moab popping towers in this game. Moab Eliminator is good for around 100 damage, but if you have any map with water, then the sub is just better with first strike. So I'll put the bomb in C tier. I mean, it could be worthy of B, but I don't know if I'd put it on the same tier as the Dart Monkey. Next up is the Tack Shooter, and honestly, I love it, but I hate it at the same time because mid path is just absolutely useless. It's never really viable other than races. But the bottom path tier 5, it's really kind of been power crept over the years. It used to be really, really good, but now it's just for bossing. And the top path tier 5 is it's okay, but it's really expensive. So Overdrive is good when alk buffed, but that's really the only pretty good path for this thing. So as much as I hate to do it, I'm gonna put it in the C tier. All right, next up is the Glue Gunner, and this one is much more liked of a tower for me. I like the top path. I just use it in a high finance run. It's very, very fun. It's good cleanup. Mid path is amazing. I mean, the Glue Storm is really, really good. And the bottom path, where you have the, what is it, Relentless Glue and the Moab Glue, really good late game support. So this is definitely an S tier. Glue Gunner is really, really balanced, and Ninja Kiwi definitely found a niche for it in BTD6. Next up is the Ice Monkey, another tower that I really, really like. The support monkeys in this game are very good. I mean, not the support category, but um, Glue and Ice, very much so, in my opinion, are support. The Icicle Impale is a really good slowing tower. Absolute Zero is a really good slowing tower as well, or upgrade. And Super Brittle just makes everything super easy to take down. And really, another one of these towers where every upgrade is useful is the Ice Monkey. So, do I keep it in A or do I move it up to S tier? I think for now I'll keep it in A because the middle path, I don't really find myself using it a lot. I think it's just a little bit expensive for what it does, although it does buff your ice towers. So it's good in ice tower strategies with Silas, but other than that, it's not the best. So I'm not going to put it in S tier. Desperado. This is, I think, the newest monkey in BTD6, and I like it. It's not bad. You have the top path, which is really good, like single target damage, and mob damage. You have the middle path, which is a little more expensive, but it kind of just destroys everything. And then you have the bottom path, where the Avenger is really good at knockback and kind of all around damage and cleanup, but it got nerfed. Kind of sad. I think I'm gonna put Desperado in B tier though. I think it's pretty balanced and it's one of those that's like I'll use it because it has um, definitely has its uses, but it's not like something I'm using in every run. All right, and that's my primary rankings. Next up, we're gonna move to military. We're gonna start with the Sniper Monkey, and I'm not gonna lie, this thing is goated for me. It has full map range when there's no line of sight blockers. Every single upgrade is useful. The middle path makes money. The bottom path is a really good mid game carry, and then the top path is really good for late game support. Um, it's just the perfect tower. I mean, it's so strong, and it's always been strong. It's never really been nerfed into the ground. It's always been viable, and it can really do it all. So, sniper, easy S tier. I guess I won't really put them above one another, so I'll just keep the primary at the front and then military, and then just to make it a little bit easier to read. Next up is the sub. This is another tower that I absolutely love. Really good early game, really good mid game. Kind of, well, I would say it falls off late game, but you have the first strike, and you have Energizer for buffing your water towers. I mean, the sub can really do it all as well. Now, do I put it in A tier or S tier? That is the question. And the more I think about it, I'm putting it in S tier. You can outbuff the bottom path to make it really good in the early mid game. You can use the mid path for around 100, and then the top path is good as well for balloon popping and then also ability cooldowns. So everything is very useful as long as you have water. That's the only issue. Next up is the Buccaneer. Again, incredible tower. You have the Carrier Flagship, which is a pretty good option in chimps. It has full map range and good damage. And then you have the Pirate Lord, which just destroys Moabs and BFBs and DDTs. And then you have the bottom path, which is a farming option for any water maps. It's also an S tier. I mean, it's just amazing. It's good in all phases of the game, and you really can't go wrong with it. Next up, I have the Monkey Ace, and this is where my ranking starts getting a little bit difficult because the Ace is really not the most useful tower. You have the top pass Sky Shredder, which is kind of hard to save up for. The tier 3, tier 4, I mean, it's decent if you need something cheap to pop the round 40 Moab, but again, pretty situational. Mid path, I think it's just too expensive. Having the ability that it can like pretty much wipe out everything on your screen, you need it to be a little bit cheaper for it to be useful. But I think they did do a price change to make it a little bit more affordable, so I guess it's okay, but there's just other options that save into themselves way better. And then the bottom path is really the only saving grace, but you can't even get the tier 5 in chimps unless you're playing on like logs. So as much as I hate to do it, I'm going to put the Monkey Ace in D tier. I purposely left F tier off this list. I don't think there is a single tower in BTD6 that's worthy of F tier. But yeah, the Monkey Ace, I definitely think, at least as far as update 53 is concerned, or 54, whichever one we're in right now, it's just not the best. And next up, we have the Heli Pilot. The Heli Pilot's really good. The only issue is you kind of need it on single map or single lane maps. Other than the Moab Shove, Moab Shove is super useful, and you can use it on any map as long as it is pushing a Moab. Then you're pretty much using it the way it's intended to be used. Um, the mid path is a good farming option. It's also good for support. It's honestly not the worst for chimps either because you can move stuff around the map if you're playing like an expert map. And then the Apache Prime, it's like the total noob tower, but it's good. It saves into itself quite well, and on single lane maps, you can just use it and clear everything. So I'm gonna put the Heli Pilot in A tier. I think it's not quite worthy of S, but I think it's pretty good. I might even move it down to B tier, but I think with the Moab Shove, I mean, Comanche Commander is even awesome. I think it's worthy of A tier, but it would be like on the lower end of A. Next up is the Mortar. Um, Now the Mortar is okay. I I don't know. I'm kind of between C and D tier. The middle path mortar is pretty good. The pop and awe, it shoots really fast. It does really good damage. The only issue is you have to micro it or put it in the same spot and just hope that it can clean up. That's the only issue. Blue Incineration's good. The fourth tier of that path is really, really good at stripping the fortified properties off balloons. And then the top path is just kind of useless. It needs to do more damage, in my opinion. So I'm thinking between C and D tier. And I think just for the micro portion of the tower for me, I'm putting it in D tier. I just don't use it ever. Next up, we have the Dartling. So this is a tower that's like really good on some maps and then really, really bad on others. Um, and I guess just off of the basis of me saying that, it belongs in B tier. Ray of Doom is really good. It's expensive, so you can't really save up for it in chimps. The Mad is really good boss damage. Again, you can't really get it in. I mean, you can get it in chimps. It just doesn't save into itself very well. And then the bottom path is pretty good on maps like Erosion or Sanctuary, uh, but it's just situational. So the top path tier 4 is really good. The Rocket Storm ability is decent. You can use a buckshot. I mean, it's useful. I wouldn't say it's like super strong, but I also wouldn't say it's complete garbage. So I think B tier is fair for the Dartling. And that moves into the magic category. We start off with the Monkey Apprentice or the Wizard, and the Wizard's pretty good. I think I'm also going to throw this in B tier because, you know, the Archmage is good, useful in every game mode. Um, really, really good at dealing with DDTs. You have the mid path tier 3, which is good early game, and then as you get to tier 5, it's a little bit tougher to use on harder maps like the Wizard Lord Phoenix, but it's useful in two tower chimps, and it's definitely not garbage. And then you have the Prince of Darkness, which is also pretty solid. So I think B tier is fair. Maybe I would move it up to A. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move it up to A actually. It's just good. Like everything is useful, and there's really no weakness in this tower. So we'll put A for the Monkey Apprentice. And now we have the Super Monkey. I mean, this is again kind of hard to rank because if we're talking about like using it in a chimps run, there's just better options out there. But then again, if you have the Vengeful True Sun God, I mean, you can survive to like round 300 plus. So I think I'm just gonna put it in B for fairness sake. I'm ranking the banana farm, so with that being said, I'm just gonna put it in B because it's very good in some areas and not so good in others. Um, one being that's very expensive, but it's also very powerful. The Ninja Monkey is another tower that's decently hard to rank. There are some really cool spam strategies with the Shinobi tactics, as I used on Underground, and that was really strong. It just totally destroyed Chimps mode and made it a piece of cake. But the Master Bomber is a little bit hard to save up for in Chimps runs, so that one's not super useful, but it is good for bossing. And then the fifth tier for the mid path is just kind of useless. Just use the sabotage tier 4 to slow down balloons and then put your money somewhere else. So Ninja kind of hard to rank. I mean, I know you had like the balloon jitsu with alchemist combo like early in the game's history, but I think that the ninja belongs in B tier. It's pretty average. All right, alchemist, this is an easy S for the top path alone. I guess you could kind of argue that like the Balloon Master Alchemist is the worst tier 5 for chimps, and the total transformation is good, but it's not used very much. But I think with the Alch buff alone, I mean, it's a staple in every chimps run. It's a staple in every boss run. I mean, you use it everywhere. And I think the top path of the Alchemist alone is enough to boost it all the way up to S tier. Next up, we have the Druid. And this is a tower that if you would have asked me to rank it like a year ago, I probably would have put it in C tier. But with Oben, this strategy is so strong. You can use the Druid of the Jungle with some Poplas and then like a Druid of the Storm to clean up. And I mean, it just destroys everything. I need to do a strategy with it um, for one of my Black Border videos and just kind of show off the true power of it. It's very, very underrated and strong. So I think I'm going to put the Druid up in A tier. Um, it can also be used as a farming tower for non-chimps. So that alone, I think, makes it worthy of A tier. All right, last up for the magic category, we have the Mermonkey. And honestly, I mean, I think it just belongs in A tier as well. If you would have asked me in the last update patch, it would have been S tier, but they nerfed the Echo Sense, and then they nerfed, I think, the price of either the top path or the middle path. I think they maybe nerfed the middle path a little bit, but they were all needed. The Mermonkey being cheap enough to use as an early game tower in chimps just made it super strong, and it definitely needed a couple nerfs. So I wouldn't put it in S tier anymore, but it is still very strong. Every upgrade path is useful, and it's definitely a good tower. So we're going to put the Mermonkey in A tier. All right, now for the supports, we have the Banana Farm. I mean, if you're putting this anywhere other than S, you're stupid. You use it in bosses. I'm not even going to base it on chimps because you can't use it in chimps. So the ranking is nullified for chimps. So I'm not even going to include it. But I mean, yeah, if you're using it on like hard mode to try to get uh, badges, I mean, it makes everything so much easier as long as you can survive the early game. It's pivotal for bossing. Not so useful in races, but I mean, it's the Banana Farm. It's legendary. It makes money, and you just have to respect it. Put in an S tier. Next up is the Spike Factory. I think I'm between A and B tier here. The top path is really good. The spiked mines, or yeah, spike balls, you can just throw it down, single lane or multi lane. It'll just cover your exit, and if anything leaks, you just clean it up, and you live to see another day. Mid path is really, really good as well for around 100 damage, and then the perma spike has always been really good. I think I'm going to put it in A tier for that because the mid path is really, really strong. It's probably what propels it to A tier. And then perma spike is always really good, and the spike mines is my headset turned off. Like always. All right, we got three left. We got the Monkey Village. I think you just throw it in S tier. You got the top path. You can use it in chimps mode. It buffs up your primary towers. It does damage. You have the homeland, which allows you to survive later in free play. And then you have the bottom path, which is a farming tower. You can't really put it anywhere other than S. Engineer. This one's a little bit difficult to rank as well because like for late game runs you need the ultra boost. XXL trap is a farming tower, so it's not very good in chimps, but it is good in like bossing when you just need to use the balloon trap to get some extra income. And then the sentry champion is really good as well. I use it on off the coast and it just does a lot of damage. It's kind of an underrated tier 5. So I think I'm gonna put the engineer in A tier. And that leaves us with the forgotten beast handler. It did just receive a buff that made the Gigantosaurus really strong. So the 4th tier and 5th tier mid path is really OP because it layer skips. So that's not garbage, but Hoakai is a little bit clunky. I mean, it's still good. And then the top path is not super useful really in anything other than late game. So I think, I don't know, C or D tier. I think I'm gonna put it in D tier. I think for chimps, you can just use other stuff. Um, and it's not really used in bossing, it's not used in races, and it's not used in anything else. So I'm gonna put the Beast Handler in the D tier, and that completes the tier list. Very top heavy. Ninja Kiwi has done a really good job over the years of making every tower viable and having good upgrade paths on every tower to where nothing is completely useless. Not everything is perfect, but you know, it's hard to balance a game when you have this many towers. But there's my ranking. Most of the towers are in the S tier and the A tier. So good job on Ninja Kiwi. Hopefully, people can respect this list because a lot of things get props um, from me. So thank you guys for watching. This was the last installment of the tier list series for BTD6. I will see you guys in the next episode for Pat's Pond. It'll be episode 7 of the Black Border series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.